we are in season 2 of Conversations. This is, I think, the 8th episode. Season 1 was 15. So the idea is to bring authors, Indian authors, celebrated authors, global authors, but have very informal but meaningful conversations. Because sometimes you don't get that.
You don't get that a lot.
You judge a book by its cover, literally.
Yes.
But now this is like
Yeah.
completely behind the scenes. So,
Yeah.
and our audience is primarily Gen Z. Online, we get fabulous response, a lot of
Wow.
interactive questions, comments on especially author events. So, a lot of our audience, this is going to be recorded and we put it on YouTube. We do snippets on Instagram, and so many people have conversation around this. Like when they realize that, from Pune especially, that Kubra is going to be talking. There were so
We'll
many
do one
questions.
in Book Bar Pune also.
Yeah, Pune is bigger, more
We'll
massive.
do one more. We'll do one more. Book Bar Pune also.
Yeah, for sure. So that's the long and short of it, and that's
I
why.
like it.
And
Thank you very much. I
very
appreciate
interestingly,
it. Thank you.
I stumbled upon your book as someone donated this book. So I was like, Arey, Kubra has written a book. I know her. And that's where I called my team saying that, what, this has to happen. Let's start the conversation.
This is
And
insane.
see how things kind of line up for
I like
us to be here.
First of all, when this book came out, I thought the hardest thing to do was to make people read.
Right.
But now that I hear that someone read the book and brought it here,
Precisely.
making that like the
makes
beginning
it-
of the journey for this, I think it's pretty fabulous.
I mean, somewhere someone is writing the script for something else since we're talking about books. But like,
Apparently, quantum physics is all rubbish.
that's debatable, but we are where we are.
Of course, it's debatable.
No, but happy to have you at Bookbar.
I'm happy to be
I am
here.
not going to be introducing this guest for our online audience also because everyone knows who she is. We are in episode 8 of season 2, Conversation with Authors, and we have today Kubra Seth, and we are going to talk a lot about her book, which is called as The Open Book. Not quite a memoir, but Kubra wears many hats, and she's
You're the one wearing a cap right now.
yeah, metaphorically, but writer, storyteller, actor, MC. I would say a curious cat, so to speak. And we've spoken about a cat also.
We have
Yes.
guys. We
And her
have
mom was a
shared
manager that
history.
time.
If you didn't know, like
Yeah. So anyway, we'll come to that. But what we're going to
we
talk,
have been in intimate affairs, bankroll affairs.
what we're going to talk today is, of course, this book has been out for a year and a half.
A bit longer, I think.
A lot of people
23, I
have
think.
read it. It's not that they
So I
haven't.
didn't think anyone will read.
No, they have read it.
Then they read.
We've got a lot of questions from our Pune audience, which I will address later after we finish this conversation. But largely to understand the behind the scenes of what you've written, how you approached your book, a bit of course,
Okay.
chapters which will unravel, right? But I think people know there is content online which talks specifically about your chapters, right?
I did full PR with the book.
But this is supposed to be something, even with your honesty, which you have shown in the book and in your interviews, a little more honest, and something which other people have not known. So, yeah, welcome to
Thank
Bookbar.
you so much, Avnesh. This is really, really fun to be here. I first of all just loved the name Book Bar.
Thank you.
I just loved it. So when I got the first email from Pranoti, my instant reaction was yes. So then when the whole like chit chat happened about, oh, it's happening on this day, let's decide a time. And I kept going back and forth with Pranoti because
I know.
I have
I know you're
so
busy.
many open tabs in my brain, and I'm like, there is one Pranoti that is open. So then I finally said, sorry, babe, called her, decided, logged the date, logged the time. And since I've been so excited to come and meet you, and then the Instagram post went out, and the collab happened, and it just cool. Let's, you know, when I wrote this book, I was very impatient about the people receiving the book because I think as a creator, as an artist, some part of you is very greedy and is like, no, dude, listen, you know, jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha. That's not really the journey of an artist. I think
Right.
you want more to see that you dance. You want everyone to see that more danced. You
Right.
know, it's there
Right.
is this thing. I think the minute you turn artist, some may feel it more than the others, but we're all on the spectrum. Is my feeling. And I couldn't understand when I didn't see the book getting ripped off shelves and stuff like that. Like it was on bestseller, it was on the top 10 books, Fala and Himka. But when you're so close to success, also you can't see it.
You can only see it a little zoomed out.
Correct. Only much later, also, ki, wow, even that happened. I was on every airport stand, and people were like looking at my face, looking at them, and them wanting to pick up the book and wanting to know what the hell I've got to say. Why should someone be interested in another person, even, right? But I felt like the journey of this book was really asking me some tough questions.
Right.
I think there are many things that shape us to become the people that we are. And we were talking about it quite briefly just now. About you can't withhold the happenstance and say, I will have a different result.
Right.
I think you just have to go through the process itself.
Right.
And usually, you will have to go back, do a debrief to the process, and be like, yeah, I'll do it differently when I get to do it again.
Right.
And that's, I guess, the only conscious change one can make. And the journey of this book was that for me.
But you've mentioned it in your last chapter that if you're meant to write, you write. If you're meant to do something, you do that, right? You've
Like,
had,
why write a book? Because it's meant to be written.
yes, but very interestingly, while that also sounds poetic in that sense, you can only say that when you write a book, and as I said, zoom out. But when you are right in the middle of so many life experiences, I think somewhere around 40, you start understanding what you've done, reconcile everything, and set the direction for where you want to go potentially, right? When did you actually feel the need to write a book? Because you've done a bunch of things right since school, from plays to your Indira Gandhi theatrical, to all your hardships, the transitions, the paid to talk positioning as an MC and a master of ceremonies, to becoming an artist, to finally finding your niche, your role.
It feels like a lot.
And then
when you say it like that, like
all
I
of
need
this-
iced mocha.
Yeah, but maybe you'll need something stronger. later.
Sure.
But when I just want to understand before we start going deeper into all the subjects, like why did you decide to write? When did you feel the need to, like, okay, you know what? Like a lot of people journal, they substack, they do multiple things, right? As series of expressions, your thoughts, your daily thoughts, right? When you write a book, and you write a book which is like completely honest, knowing that there could be judgment, there could be so many things. You also have an objective of, if someone doesn't know who Kubra Seth is,
Now
and
you
they,
know.
and they read this, what will they still feel? Is just another person pursuing her dreams and so on and so forth. So
This
multiple
is such
things.
a layered question. It's
Okay, let's
like a
simplify it.
super layered question, bro.
Okay, when did you write it? Let's start with
Okay.
something simple.
I wrote this book starting 2020. Yeah, 2020.
That's COVID.
COVID. Had this feeling that, I don't know, let's just start writing. Like something should have brought me here. COVID had happened, a lot of uncertainty around you. It felt like everyone had been dealt the same hand, and it was a pretty shitty hand.
Right.
And I had a job. I was shooting for Foundation, so I had flown down to Ireland. For a month and a half, I had only trained. I had shot for 1 day, and they said go back.
Oh.
Like we're suspending shoot. So I was like, oh bro, if someone can be changed on this set, it's me. Because come on, like
One day and like,
one day, I just shot for one day. So I was like, the first person they want to probably replace is me. But now you don't want to blurt this out to the universe, right? You want to just keep it inside you because universe can't hear that. So I came back and I think I was a bit nervous, but I think that fear, that uncertainty was making me all of a sudden think out of the box. I've just been that person, I guess. So I started making a few phone calls and I called somebody who could be a ghostwriter. Actually, I called somebody who I thought could find me a ghostwriter
right,
for, because who writes a book? How? So I said maybe everyone uses a ghostwriter. Maybe even I should use one. Maybe I should just call and figure if this is even a possibility.
right.
But the person who spoke to me said, "What? Why do we need a ghostwriter for you?" I said, "Because who's written a book before?"
Mm,
So she said, "But you've written these stories, right? Aren't they autobiographical? Like the ones that I've said, it's spoken and everything."
right. So you did have some.
Yeah, so I became like, I was hosting for such a long time that good evening, ladies and gentlemen, had started boring me. I still love it. But at this point, I had done so much of it. I used to work like 10, 15
Yeah, I
days a
know, I
month,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
So there was
crazy.
so much good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I got tired. Okay. So I went to Roshan Abbas and I said, Roshba, I need to do something that like activates this.
Stimulates
Yeah,
your
something
brain.
needs to happen. This good evening, good evening. You wake me up from my sleep, I'm able to do it. So he says, start writing stories. And I started writing 5 minute autobiographical pieces. So it has like me relation with dad, me relation with mom, me relation with cat, me relation with stranger who became friend, etc. etc. So the lady who I was speaking to, she said that you've written this before. I said, but yeah, those are 5 minute pieces. She said, you just have to write like 25 of those
Right.
and you have a book. And when she broke down that big exercise into smaller bits, I said, this is very doable. So I would sleep with a thought. I would not like force thoughts to come in. This was my life. So I was just waiting for thoughts to come in, as in how. So my first prologue is the first thing that I wrote.
Oh, how interesting.
So about me being that little girl in the dentist chair dangling my feet is the first ever thing I wrote and I sent to Harper and I said, would you like to take a look at this and this is what I can write. And this is before Chat GPT and all. Okay, so
Right.
please guys, I really wrote this book. Every
That's
single word was written by me.
great. Props for that.
Thank you. Yeah, come on, yaar. It's a tough one. You have to really
It is, it
like
is.
prove your allegiance these days. Like you're legit, you're legit.
Right.
So I guess I started writing from there. And then September they called me back to shoot. So then I was shooting. I had
Back to
back to Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah. So life came back. They called me back. I was like, boo hoo, I thought you will replace me. They said, don't tell the universe. They called me. I went, I started shooting. I had a lot of time in isolation. New country, nobody gets out, there were no restaurants open. I had a lot of time by myself. So I started writing more. And there's this thing about silence and being bored and clean air and seeing double rainbows from your balcony that can
Got that.
strike magic. Yeah. So I think just being receptive to just life and being open to what is became like another layer in the process of writing the book.
Right.
Then ayahuasca happened.
Oh, you had that
That's
episode.
also there in the book. So I had this wonderful ceremony of ayahuasca where I thought for me it was just way too eye opening and way too freeing. And then I think the words just flew.
Is that supposed to be endorsed that everyone should do that?
I don't know. I think it's a calling. For me, it was. I had started reading a lot. I had started reading a lot about it. I was watching documentaries. I was listening to podcasts. I think when the curiosity bug is in you, either you chase it or it will chase you down. So there's another Indian author called Priya Kumar, and in one of her books, one of her first books, she had spoken about an experience going into the forests and meeting shamans and doing ceremonies. I'm talking about 13 to 15 years ago when I had no idea that you had sacred places like this and you could go and have an experience like this. But I was very amazed by the way the words came out. So I
Right.
was kind of aware of the word shaman and forests and roots
And the
and
outcome of it, potential outcome
yeah,
of it.
because it does change people. I believe through her writing, it changed Priya as a human. And I don't know even till today what that ceremony was that she went for, but I had started reading a lot about it. I was curious at a very personal level. It was available in terms of a retreat that was happening in Malta
Oh,
when
interesting.
I was shooting there. And I went for the ceremony. And when I came back, I don't know, I could just feel the expansive me as a human being, which is why I felt it required space in the book to be
Right.
written. Because when most people skim through the book, they go like, oh, abortion, oh, abuse. I go like, oh, ayahuasca, interesting, take a look, you know. Uh, but this is not an endorsement thing. It's not big pharma.
No, I
It
mean,
doesn't need my approval. It
because
doesn't need my
someone who will
because people
hear it,
who want to find it, who are curious, will.
but does everything was marinating, as I can say before, and it just
Yeah.
needed
Yeah.
that
But you know, it was
moment.
already also getting resolved with the years of therapy I was in. I think 3.5, 4 years before the book wrote itself, I've been seeing my therapist extremely regularly. So I started seeing my therapist before the pandemic. And through the pandemic, I think I was the most disciplined patient. I would be
Interesting,
there every week
right?
because I wanted to resolve this. It was like building my brain muscles. I was emptying stuff so that I can strengthen my muscles. And it was a good process for me to just then reflect, journal. I had lots of time, boss, like most of us did. I just really used my time well, I
You
guess, at
you
that
use
time.
the word boredom, and I think boredom is very understated because I think everyone should be bored and be okay with being bored because you can sit with yourself and just listen to the whispers. Like maybe at that time, all what was layered, all what had dust, started opening up. And of course, with your therapy and ayahuasca, and you had done some writing, right, before you again went for your shoot. All of this had to resolve into
It
something, right?
all comes together. My point is, there is nothing that's going to arrive as a fully baked cake. You always have the flour and the egg and the the baking soda. Everything comes in pieces and you
Right,
piece them together and then you have the cake.
right.
So from the outside, it's always like cake, but for the baker, it's always all the
Always that.
ingredients together.
So then you were there and you started writing and you had this ayahuasca episode.
Yeah.
And what happened? Because I also
No, I
want
just
to.
came back and I just felt so brave. Like, I just felt so brave. I was like, dude, I've seen me. I'm pretty awesome like that. I don't wait for anyone to judge me. I don't want anyone to give me, like, oh, you are this. I don't care. I just don't care
But
about
were you
what you.
caring before?
I guess we all do.
Right.
I guess we all do. Because we are afraid of perceptions of us in the world, and there are many, and you cannot control any of them.
Right.
And this was so clear to me in my ceremony that I said, dude, I don't want to be like serving something which is an identity that I believe I've been born to deliver. I've never really been a conformist, and rebellion came to me, I guess, as a matter of protection. Like, oh, मेरे को अपना identity बचाने का है, ये मेरा identity है. I'm free. So now I just said, मेरे को अभी किसी के साथ झगड़ना नहीं है कि I'm free.
You've
I just
mentioned
have to be free.
you've mentioned and we'll come to that. Forgiveness is actually freedom. It's not for someone else, it's for yourself. Right?
100%.
So we'll come to that. But
Even closure is for you. There are so many things that are just for you. So if you are going to say, "Usne mere ko closure nahi diya," this is such an interesting conversation. I'm going to part like crazy. So I really think like all these things that we expect from other people, which will then help you resolve something. Sometimes clarity is not about other people, it's about yourself.
Right.
Do you want to be in this? Do you not want to be in this? Do you support your own actions? Do you not support your own actions? Have the. See, first of all, you have free will. To recognize that, very big, very big work to recognize that you have free will. But then also because your training and your conditioning is so strong कि भाई मैं अपने बारे में सोचेगा तो किसी को बुरा लगेगा ना.
Right.
So then to start practicing it slowly.
Right. So that's
It
what,
takes a while. It takes a while, but once you start doing it, there is confirmation
right.
in it. It's a long drawn journey,
Right.
but at some point you have to start working.
So
There's no escaping
so
that.
this is what happened to you when you were there after all of this, and
Yeah, I had so much time to myself. Like, dude, I was cooking meals. I was washing my clothes. I was ironing my bed sheets. I was ironing my,
And
every
writing.
day wear. I was writing. I was watching rainbows. I was watching runs and reruns of Schitt's Creek. I was doing things to keep me happy. This thing that you follow of like being baggage free. I think one of your biggest baggage is the stories you tell yourself.
right.
And the more and more and more and more you repeat the same stories, you're conditioning your brain to think a certain way. You're like, मेरा brain ही ऐसे सोचता है. But I think your brain is a very sharp muscle,
Of course.
and you can actually train it in many ways than one.
Right.
So if I have constantly said this happened to me, so now I'm nervous, I can also tell myself this happens and I'm no longer nervous. And that's where it is, I feel like, finding that balance. Because the balance is not outside.
Right. Of course. it
The
is not.
balance is inside. So the world is meant to be imbalanced. You're meant to have balance through the imbalance.
Right.
ज़्यादा हो गया क्या? I told you, yeah, don't call me for this book bar and all that stuff. Non-alcohol if you're doing such conversation. The fuck yeah.
Balance. Let's do it again. The balance within.
Fuck that shit. One take artist.
1 second, but fair enough. Like, but at some point you must have realized that okay, I need to see this through because
100%.
having an idea is one thing, and having the courage and the conviction to see it through because
When I started seeing the first few words on paper, see, I'm a very happy person with myself. If I see the littlest effort that I've put, I'll either make it better or I will be happy with whatever I've created. But I will not stop halfway.
Right.
It's just the way I'm fed.
right. So it was
This
like a
quick-
challenge.
For me,
of
it's
sort.
always a challenge. Like, do something you've never done before. I always do one hard thing every year. I do as practice. I climb a mountain, I raft a river, I'll do one thing that is hard for me to do. Like this year, I'm going to Raja Ampath to drive. 22 are some 3 flights I'm changing, then taking a boat. And I'm going to a very far forsaken place just to dive and see the marine life there. And the year after also I have planned. So I take relaxation very seriously.
Interesting. Is this a part of relaxation? This conversation.
This is I
It should
really
be.
like many people say I don't like people. I really like people.
Right.
I have been a person who has learnt from people.
Right.
I never read books. So it is bizarre to think that I wrote a book. I've also read my book maybe twice. When I was
That's
writing,
it?
100%. Because when I was writing, I was reading it at least 50 times now. So after I wrote, I just got tired of my own story. Yeah. कितना बोलेगा मैं बहुत funny है, thank you.
But at what point then you decided that okay, this is not just my story for myself, but it is going to land with an audience, right? And then that changes everything because that comes with a certain sense of responsibility. While it is your story, right? Of course, there has to be an objective or the end, the reader has to have something which you want them to feel. When I read it, and I have not read the whole thing to be honest, right?
See, Ayuva's ka chapter, how you skipped.
I did.
Quiz him about it. Quiz him about it.
Hey, this is my podcast.
You gotta get that through.
I guess the pages find you. You don't find the pages, right?
I know you very well, Avni.
No, I read the most important parts of a book,
You're
which
saying the other parts are not important.
Not important for him.
exactly. Now
He's
we're talking.
Yeah, he's a man who's already
But-
gone through the evolution. What are you talking about? Yeah.
No. But in its truest
He's
sense,
a Homo sapien.
in its true sense, yes, because like how you've endured so many things, I think every person comes to that point where there is reconciliation, right?
I hope.
There is, and you
I
have
hope.
to be. Like,
I pray.
Yeah, karma thing makes you spoke about that a lot.
I hope. I pray everyone finds that moment.
right.
I really hope. It's hard.
It's the most freeing thing ever.
It really is.
No,
You
fair.
know,
So-
I'll tell you, this is the worst example that I can give you, but it's like my favorite example. There was a movie called Swarg. It had Rajesh Khanna in it. And Rajesh Khanna had Govinda as his like help boy, but also like his son and all that stuff. Then he's treated like trash. Then Govinda becomes very big star and all that stuff. And now he wants to save. And then Rajesh Khanna is like overcome by like sadness because his own family treated him like kachra. But now Rajesh Khanna is like, oh, how can this happen? I should just like end this life only. So he's standing by the banister and he's getting a heart attack. Okay. And everyone's like, Babuji, Babuji, Babuji. Babuji eventually dies. It's very sad. Okay. And dude, when Babuji died, Govinda opens his hand and then there were tablets for his heart, dude. In his hand.
Crazy.
And Govinda starts crying, बाबूजी आपकी जिंदगी आपकी मुट्ठी में थी आपने मुट्ठी नहीं खोली बाबूजी आपने मुट्ठी नहीं खोली बाबूजी I feel people are like that.
True.
You have medicine. You're not mutti kholing. Just open it.
That's true, right?
It's true, right? Just release.
That's what I
Rajesh Khanna taught you this in 70s,
this was,
bro.
This was released
This was
in some sense.
every sense.
it is. It is
This was this. I said, I don't need to hold on to this. It happened. It shaped me. It's done. I do not have any excitement or necessarily like deep, like drilled down desire to be like, I don't want to go down as a martyr. I sacrificed nothing. I just gained the ability to like choose to live every day. So why the fuck should I be like tied down to
Right.
this? It happened.
Right.
Done now. Resolve and let go.
So you never wanted to be a writer as
No,
a
no.
thought.
No,
And
no,
you
I
never-
used to write, okay? I used to write columns and all that stuff when I was small in Times of India and all that stuff.
Right.
Then one day I
Really?
wrote an article for Outlook also.
Right. So
I
you
studied
have,
journalism
you-
also for 1 year, failed.
So it's not gone to waste. I mean, you have to.
Nothing in life goes to a waste.
You can only, as Steve Jobs says, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. Like at that
And
point.
some will make elephants, some will make butterflies,
100%.
some will make giraffe. But
100%.
my point is there are dots, you connect.
We are at a dot somewhere. We don't know what's going to happen, and only looking back, the significance of this conversation, however small or
Imagine we are a
big.
dot in a dot.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
No?
how insignificant and how valuable. He needs that.
No, no, he's good like that.
One day I will be on that side, and someone will be asking this question.
Come on, I'll ask you questions then.
We'll be grilling you.
No. So, okay, let's come back to the book part. The reason is because you started writing, and why I want to get into the creative writing part of it, because not just why you wrote it and what happened, it's also the process of creative writing. Like, I want to just stumble upon that part a little, because how much time did you take? Did you finish all the
About a
drafts
year
there?
to write and about a year to edit. Writing happened to me easily because thankfully I was not writing as someone else. I was writing me. The editorial process happened as a way of putting the entire book together because I was not thinking linear. I cannot think linear. I'm not a linear person. So I would one day write about dad, one day write about cat, one day write about pant. I was writing like that.
Right.
But the editor put things together and then made me realize, oh, maybe you need to answer more questions here. So then it became an introspective because we had put skeleton. Shoulder goes here, femur goes here, this goes here. Okay, so we put everything together. Then we
Right.
started filling it up.
Right.
And that process took us a year.
So 1 year.
Yeah.
And while you were shooting, doing other things. then-
Everything. And you know, some people were like, oh, did you wake up every day and write 1,000 words? No. 3 days maybe I didn't write. One day I wrote 5,000 words.
So it was a moment which, at that point, whatever you
Yeah.
felt, you wrote, so to
If
speak.
it's happening, let it happen.
And then it got launched 2022. Somewhere
Three, I think.
second
Three, I
after
think.
second COVID.
After second.
Right.
So through COVID, I wrote the book, and it was a pretty freeing experience, actually. Really.
Who read the first draft?
The editor.
Apart
than
from that,
that-
like when you were like, okay, you know, I'm holding something which
So
is
I
going to be legacy
requested
for
Faye to
example,
read, asked Faye to read, asked Roshan Abbas to read,
who have written the forward.
who've written the forward. I sent them my prologue. I think at that point, Saif Ali Khan and I had worked for Jawani Janeman also, 2019 type. So I thought I could send him the book as well.
Right.
I had requested him to write a foreword, but I guess at that time he was busy. So he very politely declined. I like it very much. But yeah,
But you worked with him later.
I did
Which-
Sacred and then
Sacred.
Javani also, no? So that also.
Oh, Sacred came before.
Yeah, Sacred was
Yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you, one of my closest friends, like one of my newer friends, but also one of my closest friends, is this guy called Hussein. And Hussein is my neighbor. Every day, dude, I used to write one something. Poor guy. He had to listen to the progressive development of this book. That guy has been there throughout this book. Husiba, I have to read this chapter to you. And I've read the chapter and I've read the same chapter in 8 different versions.
Right.
And this guy has listened to every single chapter.
Right.
So I think it was very cool because nobody else, like I didn't let my mother read previews. I didn't let I didn't have anyone read it. I said when the book is published is when everyone reads it. And truly so, I did that.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, it's my story.
What?
I said, it's my story. I can't go about asking for permission. You tell me, can I tell my story? So I told my story.
But
I
have
said, you read.
Have
if
you always
want."
been this way?
Yeah.
Or now it's like, okay,
No.
is it
After ayahuasca, only all this happened.
before that? Because I remember, I mean, your
No. I think
energy
I
on
was always
stage
like
has
this.
always been like this. Like, you know,
I've always
I
been like
remember in Bangalore, we were doing this gaming show and you had taken the morning flight and the first thing you asked me on set was, does anyone have a toothbrush? Like 1 hour or half an hour to the show, I don't know if you remember this, but there was this gamers event and we were at the convention and
I asked you for a toothbrush.
yeah, like, you know, because you said that I've taken the early morning flight and I want to brush my teeth, right? So this is a very vivid memory because I'm
Yeah,
like,
who will ask for a toothbrush?
yeah, like, you know, we are paying her, yeah, like, you know, paid this dog. Why would, and that time I was a rookie, right, in Wishcraft. And obviously, if my boss is going to hear this, he's going to tell me to get that toothbrush, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to go and get someone a toothbrush.
But you got or you did?
No, I don't know what happened in the whole
Can you zoom into this face?
hustle
please, when it
and
happens?
bustle of the
Like-
event.
Punishment.
Yeah,
hustle
like
and
my
bustle of-
heart just broke right now. And he's like, no.
Yeah, because you're just going to talk. No one was going to be like close to you. Like, it's okay.
Are you saying that?
So, no, but I remember.
Got me mint at least over.
I don't remember.
What? All
Because-
these important details you
No,
can't
because
remember.
I'll tell you, I was not around after that because I was getting printouts for you,
Avoided
for the
me.
script. So that chaos, but the reason why
What
I
a
got.
novel thing to ask for, yeah. But
But you did. I'm not kidding. That I'm not even fabricating this at all. So
I'm very happy to meet
in
you
the
again.
open book, there's another open fact that when you're paid to talk, you forget your toothbrush.
Paid to talk, forgot to brush.
So no, the energy I think has been pretty much the same. It's consistent on stage. I think it's consistent on your socials. It's consistent even now, and throughout your book. I think there is. It's a very like honesty today is just thrown around here and there. But you know what? True honesty is like bare naked, so to speak. Like talking about your past, for example. And a lot of people say that past is the past, but if you don't love your past in one way or the other, you cannot love where you are, right? This is what I feel.
I agree wholeheartedly with
So
you.
you've put so many things in your book which are connected to a lot of years of internal battle. Can you just walk us through one part of it, which is the most relevant, I feel?
I think everyone says that the only thing that is constant in life is change. I'd like to add one more line to it, that the truth of life is contradiction, boss. Like that Dalai Lama only said it, life is paradox. He said something because he's making sense. No, just try to look at life itself and understand that it is all about paradoxes.
Explain.
Like, there is a lot of randomness in the world. Like, this whole idea that we live with sometimes can probably backfire because you think that, oh, good things happen to good people and bad shit happens to bad people, but both of them are just labels. I feel experiences happen to everyone. And when one takes the time, okay, so the way I look at it is like, there is going to be a battle. It's a very big battle. You have to fight the White Walkers.
Right.
Okay? You can't go into that battle with pots and pans. So you need to spend a lot of time strengthening yourself, sharpening your blades. So there's a lot of work that happens in the preparation of it before you face life. Now, no one tells you that because you're discovering life as you get into it. No one has prepared you for your 20s, no one's prepared you for your 30s. It's just something that is happening to you. What you and I probably can do is share with whoever's watching this the sense that everything's going to be okay. You will figure it out. And you'll just have to understand that when good shit happens, bad shit also will happen. There is no formula to this. The formula is what you crack to find both enjoyable. Like, oh boss, now it's really getting hard for me. Can I find some glimmer of fun in this hardship?
Right.
And then when everything's going well, you don't go like, this is absolute. Because we were discussing this, right? When you're so close to success, also you don't feel good about it.
Right.
So I just feel that when someone can go in that zone and just submit and say, I don't know, and be curious to figure what is happening, I think you're more receptive to life, you're more responsive to life.
So the first half was all of this. As you had no plan technically then.
There is
So
no.
you just went like
I
one
just knew the
setback and
feeling before the plan.
oh, interesting.
You understand? Like, I
Yeah.
knew I felt miserable. I don't want to feel miserable.
So how did you
Becomes
escape
a
it then?
driver.
See, somewhere
Quit
you have
the
to
job.
take a decision, right?
But you quit the job. I just remember taking calculated risks. So I was not being like this person who was like, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, रोटी कपड़ा मकान, fuck it. I didn't do that. I was living a pretty decent.
You were in Dubai?
Yeah, I was working for Microsoft and all that stuff, right? So I have a monthly salary that is coming to me and life is good and falan dhimkan, and now all of a sudden I'm like, I don't like this. So I decided I want to quit in like 2008. And my mom was like, no, just calm down. You just can't leave, go. You need some money, no? So I said, okay, fine. I'll work for a year. I'll save money for a year. That becomes my cushion for Mumbai. I will give myself 6 months.
Right.
But that's what I did. I calculated in such a way that I'll come here, live. But I always knew I wanted to be here for some reason.
Really?
There was always this calling.
As an actor, creator,
I just wanted
or
to be
just,
in Bombay. I don't know.
But why?
I don't know. I just felt you would get famous here.
Right.
And I was like, everyone gets famous when
so
they come to
there
Bombay.
is-
I just wanted to be known for something, I guess.
Is it?
And
is
I
it-
knew I was good at something, I guess.
Hmm.
Now, what that something is, what is, we had to figure.
But you were exposed to stage, theatre, audience very young, and you liked that response. So did that shape you? Because
You know, I was a big people's pleaser. I used to,
explain.
like, even in the book, right, I've written this part where I had an exposure as a 13-year-old to esteem building classes and personality development classes, boss.
When you're 13.
When I'm 13 years old, okay? So my DNA has been kind of like reshaped. And you forget. It's easy to forget. You have to remind yourself again and again, you know, over a period of time. Wo dust forms over it. And then you have to wash it down. So my reconditioning, rewiring happened at 13. So I was learning esteem building and personality development when I was 13 years old. Okay. And I remember when I had just joined those classes, if someone cracked a joke, na, I would be the last one to laugh and the loudest one to laugh. Not because I found the joke funny, but because अभी सब मुड़ के देखेगा ना भाई.
So the spotlight
Thank
on
you. This was my way of being in the spotlight. I always wanted to be in the spotlight. See me, hear me. I'll do anything for this. I'll figure this out. I'll do this. Today I am not a people's pleaser. I had to remind myself all over again that, boss, when you were 13, you were told that you have self-worth and self-value. You may have just forgotten it. You may have just forgotten it down the line, but you always had it.
Right.
So then I just had to remind myself, we all have it.
100%.
We all have it. It's nature versus nurture. No one on this planet has been said to be a doormat. That's why we humans created doormats. So we don't treat humans like doormats. You know?
Which was that one moment where you had to really forgive yourself?
Oh,
Like,
I
is
think
there
for me
something-
the abortion thing was hard. Yeah, because I had no context to it, right? Like the hard conditioning, the hard wiring is so hard.
What did you feel?
I felt I was doing something wrong, I guess. And then I had to be like, what is this right, wrong, good, bad, God, devil? No. I have to now choose for me. I am vehicle, na? If you know this vehicle is not going to carry this forward, and you're not going to... I knew I was not ready, boss. Now to easily dislodge that responsibility and say, oh boy, you also didn't want... No, I didn't want. Clear. So now once you've accepted that, it's hard first of all to accept because it's hardwired conditioning. I
So
think
it is a
for a
template which you
woman...
are fighting society? Does it come from
It was not
pressure?
fighting society. No,
Or it
nobody
wasn't
knew
a
about it.
woman's
I
instinct?
didn't tell anyone about it. I told my mom about it, I think 4 years later.
So you were the only person who
I
knew.
was the only one who knew about it. The decision to do the abortion and the decision to live with that decision was all mine. So for a long time, nobody knew. Long after, nobody knew. It was only later, thoda करके I started talking about it because it कितना अंदर जमा के बैठेगा.
वो बैठा था जम के, बहुत
कितना
ज़्यादा।
जम के बैठता है. Like,
When
oh.
was this? When was this period?
This was about 10, 12 years ago. So 30, 31,
Right.
26.
Very critical, interesting
Yeah,
year of
2014,
from teens to
2015
your
types.
mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that played. Do you
That was a
consider that
tough one.
as a springboard to the next phase of your life?
Because see, that was
Because-
not past. That was my present. And I was,
At that time.
I'm just, yeah, like the near present. See, there are so many things in your control and so many things out of your control. I could
Right.
not control what family, what parents, what father I would be born to, right? Or what religion I would be born into. No idea, right?
Right.
But I did choose to, you know, I don't know, see through an affair. At this point, it was nothing but an affair, right? And then this was present. This was a decision that needed to happen today.
Right.
and you don't know. So it was a very near fact. This had got nothing to do. This was to do with my choice. And I'm talking about resolving this in 6 years. Right? This happened in 2015. I'm
Right.
writing about it in like
22.
5 years. 2020, I'm writing about
2020,
it.
yeah.
Right? So it was very quick for me. I was not unpacking 30 years of my life. I was unpacking 5 years of my life, which is important. And I said, people don't get to speak, or people are just afraid to speak their truth when it happens to them. I was working through this with my therapist. I was not leaving any stone unturned. I didn't want any question marks in my head. I was doing spring cleaning of emotions.
Right.
And I was not afraid to look at any of the incidents in my life with the clarity that they require. Do it, get it done, move it out of the way. You know? So for me, that was.
That was a.
Yeah.
You had to take
Yeah.
time to forgive
Because it's
yourself.
very interesting, right? Like you're resolving, you're writing, and you're thinking, oh my god, daddy issue, mommy issue. No, I was also writing about my cat. You know, so I was writing from today, which is why I think that not quite a memoir fits, because it's so real, it's so now.
Especially the
All this-
abortion episode, because as you rightly said, like, you know, people don't talk about it. There is no right or wrong. Everything has to be defined within a certain legal framework, of course. Law of the land decides a certain thing, right?
Correct.
And if it is
Thank God my country allows it.
if it is in the permits of that law, then you are okay to act on it. No, people will judge any which way. And what is
Oh,
judgment
that is,
at
I
the end
like
of the
this.
day,
How
right?
people like to judge. It's a favorite thing to do.
Because we all are doing it in some form or the other with some intensity, only to realize at some point that, yeah, you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, you know, we are just there's this word in therapy which is called as, what do you call it? Shadowing, no, mirroring,
Mirroring.
or you are I forgot that word. Yeah, no, like I'm projecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone uses this word today. Like, you know, it's a very Instagrammable word.
Yeah,
Stop
you're very-
projecting. Stop
yeah,
projecting.
yeah,
stop projecting. But at some point, we don't like in others what we don't like in ourselves.
1,000,000,000%.
And
no?
it is the truth. You come to terms with it in your younger days, or you come to terms with it. You have to come to terms with it.
Thank you. It is acceptance at the end of the day.
It is, but sometimes acceptance can also be cope, right? So where I'm coming to,
People mistake the two, correct.
they do. So something when you read, and you read that chapter, and the context with this is like, okay, you had something,
I like this.
right? And you,
The conversation of
Yes.
cope versus acceptance.
yes, and in reference to what you have written with the whole abortion
So I feel
situation,
cope
right?
is still carrying it on your back. Acceptance is to take off the backpack, open the zip and say, ho gaya mera, thank you very much. It's like having a book bar. Come on, everyone is recycling stories here. Everyone is a book.
We have that,
There you go. In the end, we all become stories, right? This is Alice in Wonderland, no?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. So, I'm saying like, we're all freaking stories, boss. And all our stories are recyclable. Every story will inspire you, scare you, will basically evoke one of the emotions in you.
Right. But
Just be open to it, because you cannot possibly feel every perspective. You can, personally, through your own journey, you cannot. So meet more people, be more receptive to stories, read more books, watch more documentaries, watch more films, listen to more music, perhaps dance more. I dance like an idiot, but dance more. Like,
or tell jokes on Instagram.
or tell jokes.
Oh, she's good with that.
I know, I was just telling Pranati today.
I asked these boys yesterday.
I want
think
a
I asked
joke
these
today.
boys yesterday. Tell me, where do idlis go to get drunk? Sambar.
Oh, of course.
Worst. I told you yesterday. No? You hated it, no? Yeah.
No, so coming back and in context of cope versus freedom, so to speak, did you first fear judgment? From yourself, obviously you did, because you were like,
So no, I was
am I doing
bullied and
something
all
wrong?
that stuff. No,
Bullied.
I was bullied when I was
In
in
school,
school and all
correct,
that stuff. Then
correct.
at 13, I got personality development. So now I know that this bullying, this judgment and all does not make a difference. By 16 years, I was very happy with myself, actually. Then at 17, abuse happened, and again, I forgot who I was, and then I became sad person. Then again, at 21, when I left the country, again, freedom happened. Now you don't know what to do with this freedom. So then you start exploring. Then you make some mistakes or not. But then you start again achieving some success. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's very empowering when you're 21 and you're taking home your check, and you're paying for your bills, and you're supporting your family, and you're doing things. So I feel like life constantly gives you those cards. You have to just stay in the game long enough till you get your best fellows. Sweep, continue. I feel it's that's what literally it is. And no, I think I stopped judging myself at a very young age, and then the more accept.
But can I
I
ask you a
think travel
question?
has helped me a lot towards being non-judgmental. I got the ability to sit by myself, eat a meal, go talk to strangers, be open to new experiences. So, just I think travel became one big way to
Eye-opener.
explore my individuality, and a lot of people would be pretty amazed at how I was conducting this life. Now, see, it's again a catch 22 because when I was doing this so young, I was also not learning community building. I was not working with people because people my age, in their 20s to say 30s, were doing this with friends. I was doing this alone.
Alone, yeah.
So my mentality was very like, ooh, I'm the lone wolf. I'm learning community today in my 40s. So this is what surprises me. I'm like, whatever needs to be learned,
Part of community.
this is
In
building.
some sense,
This
because
is.
it's connected.
This
so
became
many
step
people,
one to
right?
build community because I was not alone. You don't have to have my story,
Right.
but you will have a story and you will feel like, oh fuck, now I'm not alone in this.
Because this word, no, when you start feeling that there is someone who thinks like me, there is a certain reassurance of yourself ki, okay, I'm also doing it right. If Kubra could have the strength to do what she did, any chapter could resonate. If it's happened in my personal life, I'm like, yeah, she's done it, no. So, for example, when I back in the day went through a nervous breakdown and depression when I was 16, right? I was doing something, I was playing cricket, national level, and all that. But I read a book of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, that chap got a nervous breakdown 2 times and all that. Okay, and sure, like he's Abraham Lincoln and all that, but he had to still go through all of that. So somewhere, no, at that point you start feeling relatable. Ki yaar, he could do it, and we all do that, right? That's the projection. Like somewhere that also works. He did it. No, I'm not alone. So I'll be able to survive. So if Kubra has done this, I can do it and I'll be able to survive and I will not be written off or cast away or whatever those things are. And that connects the whole community part. Like that makes you feel that, I can relate to this book.
You don't feel alone. I think you need people. You need community to get through, यार. ये चुतियापा है.
You did.
To say कि मैं अकेला कर लेगा. तो फिर I don't know.
नहीं,
Become
हाँ.
a banana seller on an island. चुतिया. No one will buy your bananas. They won't buy na, bro. They'll eat and go. They'll steal and go.
Exchange of energy.
They will.
Exchange of energy. They give him the vibrancy that he needs.
So I think we definitely, the community part makes sense. Now, as you said, that you're building all of this. You've mentioned a lot of people who have come in your life. You've dated people. You've gone through many phases. You also change with the person you are with, right? How has that,
Ooh,
shaped
I'll tell you this great thing. I thought I used to change a lot with the people I was. Now I'm unafraid to say exactly who I am.
Is it because the people pleasing thing?
So I would
Did it-
always want to, the whole projection, mirroring bit, right? Like, oh my God, he's drinking coffee, let me drink coffee. It's one of the things of people pleasing. When I want you to like me, I'll start mirroring you.
Right.
So it's like the way you're sitting right now. I'll start doing this, and this all becomes like cues. This is subtext.
Subconscious.
Subconscious, like subtext, right? I'm like sitting and I'm like that I'm talking to you, and I'm not even realizing that I'm doing this, and a lot of that used to happen to me. And then sooner than later, I have like lost myself in you, and then you're feeling overwhelmed perhaps because, boss, this is not what I signed up for, and I don't understand what is it that you're not signing up for. That leads to heartbreak and disappointment. But I think over the years of dating, I've realized that there isn't a greater superpower than you being yourself.
Right.
And when I say that, again, I'm going to go off, okay?
Yeah,
But
it's okay.
like literally, like I'm reading this book which blew my mind. It's called Beyond Belief. And in the first few chapters, the book talks about the difference between between fact, faith, and belief.
Right.
Okay? So fact is where there's evidence, faith is where there is no evidence. All right? And belief is like the most expandable, elastic thing which, based on perception, can change. And if it cannot change, then it's not a belief. So I think that's what happens in a relationship. You believe that this is going to last forever or whatever, and then boom, it doesn't happen, and then that hurts you or whatever, right? But that's where it is. Like the belief should actually be like, okay, I can make this decision, I can change my decision, I can stand for my decision, I can own it, and I can also relearn from it, I can rehash it, I can remake a choice. Like all of that needs to be deeply instilled, I feel, for more harmonious relationships. We go from a place where we go like, oh no, you will guesswork me.
Right.
No, you are guessworking yourself.
Right.
You yourself don't know, because imagine you and I are both doing life for the first time.
Right.
How is it that you know more than me? But there may be other things that you know more than me, and there may be other things that I know more than you. But if we can communicate like adults, then maybe we will be able to partake in each other's growth, which
Right.
is like interdependency in a relationship.
Got it.
Not codependency, but like
Right.
an inter.
But do you think that you need to go through several relationships to come to this?
Not at all.
Or
Some people
some
crack
people do
it,
it
but
in the first one.
some people do it, and also it's like, I feel like let's be honest, after a point people are going to change. So then it becomes your choice to grow with that person. You can either grow with the person or you can grow apart,
Right.
but the growth will happen.
So everyone grows in phases. If your
Everyone
circle
grows in phases,
is growing in the same phase, like with the same parameters, then they stick.
Yeah, if
Otherwise,
two
then they
people are
don't.
equally curious, then I guess they will make things happen, no? I feel it's difficult to date as an adult. Not that it's impossible. Let's not mix up the two words again. I think it's difficult because you're so hardwired to be who you are. But I also know that you use that understanding of yourself in clear communication with whoever you're with.
Right.
And then be like, ये तो को जमता है क्या?
जम रहा है तो चलो.
And then observe करो, ऐसे बोलने के लिए नहीं है, but observe तो करो, and give each other that space to be like, you don't go buy everything that you see in a window. You try, you figure.
So it's okay to try.
It's absolutely okay to try, in my
endorse that
opinion.
because,
This pressure is on millennials, boss.
You're right.
Correct, no?
Yeah,
Shed
you're
it,
right,
move on.
You're right.
Why today's Gen Z only have words like situationship and some other ship and some other ship? We had Titanic. एक बार बढ़ गया तो डूब गया.
बड़ी शिप है, डूबी तो बहुत बड़ा डैमेज है.
I think it's too much pressure.
So you've mentioned nice men.
Don't like them.
What is that?
I don't like nice men. I don't like nice people.
Why?
I don't.
What
Nice
is
is
nice
your
mean?
bare. It's not even bare
It
minimum.
is
Exactly.
performative,
It's performative.
or maybe acting.
It is. What you're saying is, it is.
So
I don't like nice is a biscuit.
which biscuit is nice? But no, just simplify. Those who want to know what nice men are, please read a book. There's a big chapter on it, but
No, but I'm saying like, and I've said I've dated many nice men.
yes, that's why
Yeah.
the question, like, you know.
So nice is like the way I look at it is like when someone opens the door and then waits for a thank you after it. That's
But
nice.
the person who is waiting for a thank you also expects you to be nice,
See that.
right? I mean, what's wrong in that? But that's
No,
okay.
but
That's
it's
your
so surface, na. I am beyond surface person.
right.
I don't want to come and be like, do polite conversation for the fuck's sake of it.
Oh, sure.
I
get
would like
that.
to use my time more meaningfully with just humanity. I know I don't have endless time.
So somebody bangs the door and then says sorry. Is that nice or is that like
I think that's being self-aware.
sure? The
Like
reason
you
why I'm
walk
asking
around
this-
and you bang the door.
no, you don't realize
Sometimes
that
you do
someone's
it in
coming.
anger.
right?
I banged the door on a
So-
person once. I did. Boom. I said, "Hada, nahi chahiye." It happens, and it's okay. It's all just parts and colors and layers.
So
of being a
basically, you
human.
don't want anything pretentious. You don't want a template. You want to break templates. You
You
want
know,
to
the
go
more
raw.
real you are with yourself, then you can identify the paradox that we were talking about.
Right.
You can look at a person and be like, you know what, I'm not liking this about you right now. And it's perfectly okay. But you can only see that or be able to share that with clarity if you know that about yourself. The problem is we don't know ourselves enough and we're just expecting the other person to figure it out.
Yeah.
So when the nice thing happens, right, that is just the blanket layer. कि अगर मैं सब कुछ इसके दायरे में करेगा तो I'm a nice person. This is why I don't want to be nice. I am not a nice person. But every single day I can persevere to be a good fucking person. And eventually I will
An
become
honest
the
person.
right person for someone in a partnership. Because this good and all is not important. Okay, it really
Right.
is not.
Right. So one second, just before Kiran interrupts.
You have something, Kiran did ask.
I said aligned.
Aligned, yeah. So yeah, that's what I mean by right. And I feel like the earlier parts of your relationships in your life, you're just trying to like nice पे तो मैं ऐसा slip होता था भाई.
So nice is
Wow,
masking.
you have beautiful eyes. मैं slip हो गया. बोला मैं खुद का आंख नहीं देखा है क्या मिरर में? Even I know how fucking
But
nice my
अगर
eyes
किसी
are.
की आंखें हैं खूबसूरत और किसी ने बताया genuinely भी, how do you distinguish between?
You can tell, yeah.
I mean,
You
because
see,
today
a
it's
nice
so
will be
difficult,
the
right?
template. Okay, like I'm saying, move beyond the template. I feel people, like, I think it was Anurag Kashyap who sat with me and who told me that you have to stop being sensitive about the truth, which is yours. Can you like relax around your own truth?
Right.
Like I used to cry when people, and imagine I'm talking about 2018, which is not too long ago, right? 2018, and we just shot this film and everything. And I remember once Anurag was sitting with me and he said, "What the hell? You can't be crying if someone called you a coconut. You're hard on the outside and soft in the inside." Like the basic shit used to get me like, "Oh my God, इसने मुझे देख लिया. I am visible." No, this is basic. This even I know about myself. I am coconut.
But you should be okay with being a coconut.
But that's receiving.
Technically.
When you acknowledge, you accept, and then you release.
Give him a mic.
He is.
He's partaking in our conversation very well. Good guy. Yeah. No, this is what I'm saying. Like
Right.
this whole drama about let me go and figure and let me see you for the basics. It's a bit boring for me. For me, it's blasé. I'm not interested in nice anymore.
Right. So, let's come to
Nice is temperature on AC.
because no, I agree,
Fair?
but it still solves the heat problem.
No problem. One day we will deep dive. I
I'm
will
just
charge you
saying-
money for this.
No, because it is the reason why I'm keen.
This guy's not understanding, yaar. I'm saying in simple words. He's not getting my point.
Okay, so you must have.
I will not throw in the towel. You ask me.
We are.
Let's do it. Come on.
I'm being nice now as a host. A nice. But
Now you understand what nice is, right?
get it.
Let's just move on, yaar. Brush.
I get it, I get
it.
so let's come to films. Okay, that aspect now we've kind of covered of course, your role, which I'm not saying that it made you on the map.
It did.
In the sense, it opened many doors for people to know who you are. But that was just scratching the surface, I feel. But in this whole process, and with all your history and people pleasing and problems and all, when you come in a film set, or when you are now on national media, the judgment is higher. The imposter syndrome, did you feel any of that? The character you played was very, I won't say controversial, but it really, like, a lot of people were
It
like,
was the first time on television,
precisely my point. So, you've written a lot about that part. So, just maybe expand a little.
First things first.
No imposter
my
syndrome?
mom, not at all. I knew I deserved it. I knew I had made the right decision. I knew the opportunity came to me. I knew I did well. Now please bugger off. I don't need you to come and tell me. This is what Anurag Kashyap taught me. To own it. God damn it, own it. You did something unique, own it.
So, you had to audition?
Of course,
For
I had
that
to
role.
audition. Thrice, I think I auditioned, and they told me I was a shit dancer. They wanted Parveen Babi, they got Mithun Chakraborty. I'm horrible at dancing, boss. Very bad I am. And that might have been the only reason why I would have lost the part. And I remember him taking this shot where I was dancing at the bar and I go like, I spread my arms and I like, do a whole twirl, right? He saw that shot and he said, Teri kismat badal jayegi. Bas, badal gayi teri kismat. Bas, abhi bas. See how I filmed you. And he was very passionate about the character and he gave it his all. And sometimes as an artist, all you have to do is believe in someone else's vision. It can go wrong, but that's belief. But
Was
at
it a
least start
gamble,
from
or you were
somewhere.
convinced that, okay, this character.
It's bizarre. I think I manifested it. I had seen a press conference, and it was one of the biggest press conferences to have happened. There's Anurag Kashyap, there's Saif Ali Khan, Radhika Apte, Nawaz on stage, chit-chatting, big freaking event. And I go like, fuck, isme acting karne ka mauka mila to. And I'm telling you, I had forgotten about it. And then years later, because this was a long drawn process, I think the pre-prod for it was a year or something.
Yeah.
And then I went to shoot and I got selected like a week before or 4 days before the shoot. My
That's
actual
it?
shoot. 4 days.
4 days.
4 days. I think 26th, 24th I auditioned and 30th I shot. 6 days. So, yeah, I was very clear that I'm going to own this. What I didn't know or I could not have expected is that 6 months down the line, Section 377 would be written off and we would become poster children of the movement of LGBTQIA. And the kind of love that I received. Now, there are many things that are not. Okay, there are things that you can be grateful for and there are things that you can acknowledge and stuff like that. But there are things that will completely catch you off guard. And I think there were many things like that. I made some really good friends. I made people who I really care about.
That kind of also planted a seed and a sense of hope, I feel, somewhere, because suddenly.
For me, most definitely, because overnight people were interested in who I was. They had pulled out my Janam Patri, boss. They were like, she went here, she hosted show in Thailand, she did this, she has brothers, she has 2 cats, mother also she has, everything they knew. They knew I went to New Horizon, they knew I had done personality development. Wow, everything they knew about me. And I was pretty surprised that people were so interested in me overnight.
There's a chapter which says a man or woman or all three.
Yeah.
What was that?
Those were the kind of trolls I was getting. But it was fun because I was very clear that I had done something amazing. I had done something that was amazing by my own belief system. I had never imagined myself. And I remember filming that scene. And I knew something had happened. It was magical. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I just knew that we had done something mad.
And
That's it. That was a very brave thing to do.
Because today in Pune, when we came to when we announced the podcast, nobody remembers you by your name.
Cuckoo, no?
Yes. And I'm like, yeah, we are doing a podcast with Gugu, and you know, it's so interesting because even the staff and all of that, like everyone's attached to this character and it's a
Yeah.
supporting character, right? But it has color, it has personality, it has history, it has hope, it has so many misconceptions of how come this character is a part of this, and and so much more with the community also, like something which happened behind the scenes is now in front. There will always be judgment, right? But there will always be hope also, in the sense, like people will, as I said, like relate to it. And somebody of, even if it's a role, even if it is acting, it's still relate. Why are films relatable? Because somewhere you can see yourself in some of the scenes. That's why you like it, right? You relate to it. Romance, Shah Rukh Khan, we all manifest that and try to recreate that scene in our individual lives, right? It's the truth. Films empower, films impact, and this character actually got this personality right in the front,
Crazy,
right? It's pretty crazy. And
It is crazy.
I was actually chatting with my friend 2 days back, and
Yeah.
he was like, this अभी भी troll होता है क्या? Like, do people still
No. Now they like say stupid shit like "Hey, tu guy tonde ka something." Very below average. And very low IQ kind of troll. So then I don't care too much about it. Like I really get excited about trolls that are smart. Very few. Arey, one person met me and said, "You're not just mainstream actor. You are a real actor. He told me thrice. Then I told someone, I said, ask him, I'm a real actor.
So,
He only knows.
do you remember that moment where you felt that, okay, I am now a national topic?
Immediately. Right after Sacred Games. It released on the 6th. By the 10th, I was national news.
What was the reaction of your mother?
Dude, so my mom apparently.
Because
So
your
she
mom-
watched it on the phone in the bedroom. My brother watched it on the TV in the living room. They both didn't watch it together because I told both of them. In fact, my mom was the one who helmed the signing of Sacred. So as I have written in a book also, I told mom, said, see, you said, oh, I've worn bulletproof jacket all these years. With a single mom, no single parent, primarily. So she said, I've been wearing bulletproof jacket. I said, now you please build a bunker because what's coming is a bazooka. And I remember my mom sitting by herself in the room. She watched it and then I think she wept very hard. Because that scene for a lot of people was daring because it had frontal nudity. But for me, it had to be the most important scene for vulnerability. Because she was telling him how she feels. She was telling him how she can't be the person who can give him kids. She's exposing her biggest vulnerability,
Which is the truth.
which is the truth. And it's almost like she's realizing this shit for the first time because she loves him too. Now that cannot just be boiled down to like उसने अपना ऐसा frontal nudity scene किया है. It's not that. Is she male, female? It's not that. It doesn't matter. There was a real person behind that.
Right.
And it was written so well.
I think it was.
It was so sensitive. So I have been primarily single through all these amazing escapades of mine. But I've also met really wonderful people who've like come along the way, who've appreciated what I've done. But I'm also very clear that that kind of conversation is only possible at any point if I own and I continue to own the shit that I've done. The day I start getting like, oh, I doubt what I did, I promise the world will not snap, will not blink to walk all over me.
So you are accountable for your own
You
life,
are
100%.
goddamn accountable for your actions. You better freaking own them up. If you made a mistake, learn how to take accountability and say, sorry, I will do better next time. But be the first one to say it. Don't wait till people call you out on the shit.
Right.
Have that self-awareness, because today the world is increasingly becoming self-aware, if anything.
Right.
The threshold for stupidity and just bad behavior is very low. We're in the middle of a nationwide, like, we did really well considering we went on the protests and we brought this country to a standstill pretty damn freaking good.
Right.
But that's your audience, that's the people you're dealing with. So take responsibility and be a part of the change. It's not easy, but who said it's going to be easy? They said, oh, you do change, it will be easy.
How many times did you enact that scene ever?
7 times or something like that. 7, 8 times.
And
yeah,
later in your life, like just for kicks.
Never.
like,
You're
you know,
mad or what?
absolutely.
It's called role play, bro.
No, just to.
Hard time. You should put you in
क्या देखेगा तू? You want me to do this in
अरे
my bedroom?
वैसा नहीं, but only with
But I
yourself.
have done this. कुकू से, what is that? जादूगर से अपने जादू के
एक
बारे में
सेकंड
नहीं
आ रहा है,
पूछते,
ट्रूथ
दुनिया
आ
से
रही है,
पोस्ट।
ठीक है. No, because I mean, some things just stay and they become a part of your legacy now. Like, you know, whether you write your second book, third book, Cuckoo as a character is going to be the anchor, I feel, which bridges your past and your future. Like, it just
100%.
landed at a point where you are moving from one universe to the other. It's like a black hole of
but
sorts.
I'm telling you, this is, I think, one of the biggest blessings that any artist or actor can have. I think somewhere down the line we are working very hard for this. And when we get it, I don't think we recognize it or appreciate it enough as well. It's the freaking paradox. But think about it, and I think Amitabh Bachchan will always be known to be Shahenshah. Amrish Puri will always be known to be Mogambo. Anil Kapoor will always be known to be the Dina Dinga. Shah Rukh will always be known as this person. Vidya Balan will always be known as the dirty picture.
Right.
Yeah, are you understanding? So
Yes.
if you get to do something iconic, then do it. And then own it. You know? Even today, Mr. Kapoor will go and make people happy by just doing Dina Dinga. And it makes every age group stand up and do their thing.
Right.
He did it 50 years ago, 30 years ago, I don't know.
Right.
Right? And it's rare for a moment like that to happen. Imagine for 30 years now, people have remembered him for it.
Right.
And it brings people joy. And it brings. That's not the only best thing Mr. Kapoor has done. He continues to like bedazzle us, right?
Right.
So I feel
So
like.
what's next now?
A lot of things, yeah.
You said that you
I'm into-
you have so many thoughts and one day you get bored and you're like lucid
Yeah, now I'm
dreaming
writing
and-
stand up. I'm performing stand up.
Really?
Yeah.
You did something at the Spoken Fest also, right?
Yeah, so that's
That's
storytelling.
Roshan's,
Yeah, that's spoken word, that's storytelling. I realized that I'm actually really funny through the book. I am.
Your
pretty
brother is extremely funny.
My brother's extremely funny. He
Big
had been to
fan.
like an improv like class back in the day. And yeah, no,
What's your
I'm-
relationship with him like?
he's a human being. Yeah, he's a good human being. And you know, it's true when they say that no two children are born to the same two parents. We're not raised the same way. And
True.
this, I'm glad, is something that I encountered through many of my doom scrolling moments. And I think Mator Gabe, Gabe,
The philosopher? The
No,
writer?
that guy's name is Mator Gabe. Gab. Okay.
What
Let's
did he
not
say?
say his name, just put his face. Okay, he's a very cool guy. And he was talking about how two children are never raised by the same parents. And I guess it takes time, yeah. We're on our journey as two human beings. And it's good. It's good for what it is. I'm just very happy that I'm at a stage right now in my life where I just get to explore my individuality, my authenticity on my own. I think it's once you start doing it, you understand that adulting really comes with probably building your own rules around the game.
Right.
And then you should not be afraid of those rules that you have built. You know that this game is best played when you have these rules. So, be open to suggestions, but just, I don't know, play the game. Sometimes
Play
you
it.
win.
Right,
But
wrong,
play it wholeheartedly.
win, loss, doesn't matter.
Play it.
Like,
Yeah.
go and do your own thing.
Yeah. You know, I guess it's just sometimes you think of it and you go like, fuck, I have 5 years over my brother, you know, it's insane. And just the life that you've led and the experiences that you've had and then the experiences that he's had, it just shapes us to
But there is
be
a comic.
fiercely individual, to be fiercely who you are. So I guess he's doing his best at it and I'm doing my best at it, and that's pretty good.
I have been briefed that this is in the middle of you see book bar here behind me. Yeah, this is where I am. You see this very cool person. Please say hi to Avnish. He is my friend.
Yes.
Now he's my friend 100% because I asked him to bring me a toothbrush.
Yeah, in 2013.
In 2013, I asked him to bring me a toothbrush. We were working together on an event.
And today I'm at his event and he's interviewing me and open book.
Open book by Kubra Seth.
Yes, so this is one of the other million things I've done today, and thank you so much for having me. Now I have-
Loved the conversation. She is just the same, nuts, crazy energy, and I think this book is going to do good to a lot of people. So read her book, follow her on Instagram, and come to Book Bar and have great coffee.
Yes, and if you get confused at any point during this interview, don't worry, you can always go back, rewind, and play again. Okay, that being said, thank you very much. Oh, I have to show them the place? Oh, come on, I'll show you the place. Come on, I have this camera, I know how to make it work. So say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi.
Hola.
Hola, hola, hola. Mr. Title Waves, okay? He only is a very important person. Hola, hola. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, hardworking people. Yay, yay, yay.
We met.
And we love this place. It's called Book Bar right there. Great coffee. More, move out of my way, more. Look at this open kitchen, cool coffee. And it's so cute because it's like just in the middle of nowhere. Like cute little nestled little place. So nice. And I had the mocha and it's very nice. I had that iced mocha with almond milk. Very nice. Anything else? The boys are happy. The boys played very well today. See you soon. Okay, thank you.
Great. So
Done?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes.
There-
Thank you, because I have this one meeting at 3 o'clock. Yeah.
There's never a
You did
conclusion.
really well, yeah.
This is just unscripted.
Mad.
For
no.
someone who always, I have given a script back in the day.
I never wanted a script. His corporates wanted a script.
Yeah, I agree.
I never wanted. You all were
But-
just scared to unleash the fire within me.
But I mean, lovely conversation.
Thanks,
I'm
Ash.
so happy this happened.
I'm so happy this happened. Please buy the books. Everyone.
Buy the
Please
book,
Buy the books.
read it. I think,
I'll sign. I'll sign some for you here.
yes, please. And we are going to put this out, and I hope this lands to whoever it has to.
Yeah, man.
And like how the book came here as a donation, I think this event had to happen for greater things to come. Very inspiring, Kubra, your story. We look forward to all your adventures. Go do another round of ayahuasca, maybe, to kind of
Man, if
do
it
something.
comes, it comes. If it comes, it comes. It really
And let us know in the comments,
Would you do
feedback. It's there in my mind. I think I've reached a point, as I said, reconciling a lot of things. So maybe this conversation is that for me to kind of, go and
There are no coincidences.
there are no coincidences. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.